Let's talk rockets and stuff, man.
All right.
You got.
You want to go there? Let's go there.
You want to go there? Let's get into it. So here's my question. It's like missiles, bullets, rockets, drumsticks. I don't know. There's just a lot that kind of have that look about them that it's like, what were you thinking? There's got to be a purpose. There has to be a purpose.
Are we going to be able to make it through this segment without somebody uttering the word penis?
Probably not. Probably not. Well, Jon Stewart had a blast with this. Jon Stewart just recently, he's got a new series that just came out on Apple TV Plus, and for the launch of that, he decided to have a parody on, or not necessarily a parody, but a skit that has Jason Alexander in it. Specifically, Jason Alexander designing the rocket for Mr. Bezos over there at Amazon, the original dickhead. So can I say that?
You just did. This one will get the explicit tag, but that's okay. So yeah, so and Slate did an interview with an actual rocket scientist.
Yes,
and basically they're like, why dick-shaped rockets, right? And the guy was like, well, I mean,
why not? I mean, it's
he kind of was
because it works.
Because it works.
It's just because it works. That's what we've always been doing, and that's just the way it is. And the explanation for why Bezos' rocket looks so much like a penis. Can I get through this? Was interesting, but it was very logical, and I get
some of it was it's just because it's the way we've always done it, and we just draw from the way we've done it in the past, and
right.
So there wasn't really the scientific explanation I was hoping for. He kind of took the road of all the science I don't understand. It's just my job 5 days a week.
Yes, man. Yeah. Rocket Man. Rocket Man. Right. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of cool things about this rocket ship. For sure, and we'll get into that a little bit. But at the end of the day, the aerodynamics are so extremely important, and all these things have been tested. And it just turns out that you can't fly a vagina. I'm just saying.
So do you want to get into a little bit of the celebrity stuff that's going on with this Bezos Blue Origin?
Yeah, but let's tell them why though. The why it looked like it did. So pronounced. Okay, so this is a suborbital vehicle, and so it doesn't require as much rocket, as much fuel. But the orbiter will also, it was used on this, which was called the New Shepard. That's what this was. But the New Glenn is their next launch vehicle, which is going to take them further. So they have to have much more rocket. So the girth of that rocket, the length of that rocket will be much bigger. So the apparent capsule will not look so much like a penis. It'll kind of blend in. It'll be about the same.
You're saying it's going to be a little bit different than this one.
Correct. This is smaller diameter and length because of the distance it had to go.
Well,
it doesn't make sense to overbuild it.
And it separates, right? Like
that is correct. So they use the same capsule on the bigger one that they're going to be making. So it'll look different.
Are you saying that they just reused the tip?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, there's I could just go like 7th grade all day. I mean, it's not.
Hey, nice rim shot, by the way. I like that. So that's why it looks the way it looks. It is a logical explanation. I know there was a lot of jokes floating around on Twitter and all over the World Wide Webinaire.
Well, featuring
Yeah,
featuring
Mr.
your boy
Bill Shatner.
Billy Shat, right?
Mr. Billy Shat.
So he's trending again at 90 years old, right? Not just for going into space, but for all the sort of memes that have been posted. And then there's this thing between him and George Takei. Now, have you read in on this? Have you been?
No, I haven't heard anything about the George Takei thing, so I'm going to learn something new here with this. Go ahead.
Apparently, for a while now, those two have been unfriendly, like a little bit taking jab. Any chance they get to take a jab at one another, they do.
Yeah, that's too bad.
And I tend to follow Sulu more on Twitter than Kirk. I'm talking, Takei. But because George is funnier on Twitter, honestly.
Right.
But there was a shot that happened in a Shatner interview a few years back where they said, do you wish it would have been George that died instead of Nimoy? Do you wish George would have gone first? And Shatner responded, well, that's a horrible thing to ask, but yes. Yeah, it's kind of a...
Did he go there?
Yeah, so I don't... They're not pals, man. It's... and I think it goes of course, all the way back to their time together on set.
Yeah, probably so. I do know that there was... It was not as we like to overuse the term, it was not always unicorns and rainbows on that set for those guys. But thank goodness they were able to pull it off as well as they did to keep the series going as long as they did, because it was one of my favorite all-time series ever. And to see Bill Shatner finally make it into space at the age of 90 is pretty amazing. And honestly, him getting back on Earth, and just some of the comments that he made were pretty heartfelt. I thought he was definitely in awe with what happened. I loved his explanation of, up there is black as death. You look out, it's black, it's death, and then you look down at Earth and it's life, and it's like that's the difference. It's just that's death and that's life. So it is a pretty amazing planet that we live on, fragile planet that we live on, but it's pretty amazing how it has been able to sustain life as long as it has. So hopefully we can keep that going. But here's the thing. Shatty B, being the man that he is, the entertainer that he is, who I love very much, by the way. I love Kirk. The one picture that was taken is him just basically looking back at the camera with his mouth hanging open in awe, like he's just shocked to death. And then you've got all these windows looking out over the Earth. You just knew that there was going to be a meme storm coming, and boy, there was. And you wonder if
he knew.
Bill didn't know. This is an opportunity. I think I'm gonna. Yeah. He likes to be in the chatter. They don't. He's not an entertainer and hasn't been around as long as he has.
Not his first rocket rodeo, I guess.
It isn't his first rocket rodeo. So, how exciting for an old guy like that, who portrayed the captain of a ship to go into space, ends up actually not the captain, but a passenger on one of Jeff Bezos' penis-shaped rockets.
There you go.
Way to go, Shatty B.